presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Phil in Puerto Rico. Hey, Phil, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, doing great. Just wanted to thank you guys and the whole crew. Best content on the internet. Really appreciate everything you guys are doing.
We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Phil, how did you find us?
I just typed in live trading in YouTube one morning.
Cool.
I was looking for any type of live trading room. You guys came up, and
awesome.
I know quality when I see it, or at least I like to think so. And I mean, you guys are just a dream. I appreciate everything you guys do.
Welcome to the Tiger family. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us.
My pleasure.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Good afternoon, folks. Tommy O'Brien coming to you live from TFNN. Thanks for joining in, kicking off your afternoon right here with me. A few technical issues. We got through it, folks, and we got a market. Positive territory right now, green across the board. We kick it off with an S&P coming right into the highs. Now, that was all-time highs yesterday, 76.32. We just got to a high within 1/4 of a point of that all-time high intraday, 76.32 on the S&Ps, and right now we're positive by 8 points, trading at 76.22. NASDAQ 100, we had an all-time high at about noon Eastern time. We're just off that price level, up 101 points, up 0.3%, 30,667. The Dow, as I mentioned in the update at the top of the hour, quite an acceleration right out of the gate. Caterpillar surging higher, Goldman catching a bid, two very expensive price-weighted stocks in that Dow, up 0.5%, 51,000. 413, yeah, just over those highs of yesterday as well. That's an all-time high in the Dow as well. And you get the Russell just off all-time highs right now. But the Russell up by 0.9%, up 25 points, trading at 29.34. Watch out in crypto, folks. Quite a decline. Crypto in the last 3 weeks is down $15,000 from 82,000 to 67,000, just like that. We're challenging the lows of late March, and you got lows out there from February at about 60,000. But man, we got some price spread in Bitcoin off by 6%. Crude catching a bid, up by $1.64, up 1.8% to 93.80. You take a look at the volume in crude right now. Not quite where we were yesterday at 288,000 contracts, but nonetheless, you catch a bid from about the $90 price point. We jump over to yields right now. You get the 10-year. Sim with the yield. We have a little bit of higher price, lower yield, 4.46. 4.46 is the number. Now, you were above 4.5 early yesterday. And right now, though, 4.46. Still an elevated yield, to put it lightly. The dollar chopping around above 99. 99.21 on the dollar. Gold right now up $11 at 45.17. Gold under pressure with metals. Silver up by 26 cents. Silver earlier in the session, overnight, trading as high as 77.35. We're at 75.51. And how about that VIX? 1577. Very little volatility premium in a market that makes all-time highs almost on a daily basis. Now, you take a look at the heat map. It's the chip stocks, baby. Information technology, right? Pretty amazing that on a daily basis. Now, Marvel is leading the way today. Okay, Jensen Huang talking about that Marvel is going to be $1 trillion company. Well, they got a long way to go because they're only at $248 billion right now, and that's after they're up 30% from the close yesterday, and that's after they were up 10% on Monday. Amazing, right? Whew, $284 from 200 to kick off Monday morning. Quite a market, but it's across the board right now. Okay, Lam up another 5% to 332. How about Qualcomm? Up 6.2%. But guess what? We're just back to where we were at 4 a.m. Monday. Whew, talk about volatility, man. Texas Instruments up 4%. AMAP up 5.7. CLAC up 4.6. Cisco. Let's take a look at Cisco up 5%. Look at this move. Look at this move, baby. Cisco 127.70. You jump over to Google shares. So Google Comes out last night. They're pushing out $80 billion to raise money for AI. You accelerate on the open. We catch a little bit of bid. But this is reverberating. As Google's down $12, you're down by 3.2% right now. Microsoft's off more than 4% right now. Amazon off 1.1%. Meta slightly in the green after trading lower dramatically on Monday. You jump over to Tesla, up 1.25%. But yeah, how about just Google, Microsoft, poof. Amazon, not so much. We jump over to Apple shares. Look at Apple. Oof. Apple up 2.9%. You got a little bit of a rotation from Microsoft and Google to Apple there. Those two getting clobbered. And as I mentioned on the Dow, how about Caterpillar? Up by 5%. Caterpillar opens near 873. We're at 906. Let's take a look at this thing. Oof, look at the way this thing traded lower on volume, and we're bouncing on light volume. Even today, look at the lack of volume today in Caterpillar. Huge day, huge acceleration, and you're only doing 1.5 million shares right now, and you're bumping into this high. Not what you want to see. Jump over to Marvel. That's what you like to see, baby. That's the volume you like to see. Okay? That's a great dichotomy there when you look at those two and how you trade, right? Marvel, that's what you like to see. That doesn't mean you can't pull back. Okay? But you compare that to the way the Caterpillar's gapping today on very little volume, up by 5% nonetheless. And Microsoft, hey, Microsoft's almost the other way around, right? Look at the acceleration higher on volume. Forgive me. You peak out a bit, and then we're pulling back today on vapor-thin volume on Microsoft, down by 4%. You caught quite an acceleration yesterday, up to 466, and we're backing off on lighter volume. All right, let's take a look at some of the home builders. So Lennar, yeah, I mean, $80 is the floor in 2022. Back it up further than that. You're talking about highs out here near $70 in 2005. That was the same area you got to in 2018. Yeah, what you don't like is this pullback in March. Let's put it to a weekly. What you do have out here is all this volume back here in November, when it looked like you were catching a bid, and boom, you rip lower. You want to see some more volume in some of these equities. Not quite there just yet. You check out DR Horton. Yeah, just waiting for a sign of strength. Now, 2 weeks from tomorrow, we got a new Fed chair meeting, Mr. Warsh. We'll see if he makes a statement, what kind of statement he's going to make. But rates, 4.46, quite a tenure, man. Especially when you think about the fact that we had a 3 handle coming into March, right? But guess what, folks? With crude pushing $94, the cost of capital and yields, yeah, 4.46. We're coming back with our man Basil Chapman, folks. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. S&P's right now up by 7 points as we are flirting with all-time highs on the S&P's, NASDAQ as well. And to talk about some of this market action, folks, we're going to jump over to our man, Basil Chapman. You can check out Basil every trading day, folks. His outstanding program, the Tiger Technicians Hour, right here on Tiger TV, 10 a.m. till 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you head on over to TFNN.com, under the Newsletters tab, you'll see the opening call, Basil's outstanding daily newsletter. He puts out updates every morning, folks. He puts out videos in the weekend. You got many great webinars in there as well. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Check it out, please, on the front page of TFNN. Basil Chapman, good afternoon.
Hi, Tommy. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, man?
I'm well, thank you.
Hey, how about the, I was going to say the Dow, Basil, but we got these markets, man. We have a VIX under 16 and S&Ps and NASDAQ. We got volatility, but the Dow, quite a surge higher as well. What are you thinking about these markets, please?
So this is very interesting because within the context of a couple of pretty negative things, and I'll just go through them. Crude oil up in the 90s. At some point, that is going to affect the market. And here's something that I've been talking to you about for some time. Look at the difference. Oops, was this the one? No, it was this one here. Look at the difference between the S&P at an all-time high. This is a monthly chart. Pink is the S&P. XLF, Select Financials, is blue. And look at the divergence between the financials and the actual S&P 500 going with limited stocks, but going to all-time highs. Going through this chart, and this goes back a long way, I don't remember ever seeing this kind of discrepancy. So I'm just setting aside and saying, okay, the market is ignoring it, but there are some fundamentals that, to me, are going to come up a little later on in the year.
And that's got to be, it's obviously, as in these chips, man, right? They have nothing to do with the financials to a certain degree, but it's like every day, Basil, I look, and whether it's Micron, Marvel, Qualcomm, Lam, they're all up between 5 to 25%.
So I'm going to go through that in a moment. Let me also say, in my newsletter, every day I show a chart of the Dow, and I explain what we're looking at in the Dow and what I anticipate, and I always give a kind of a summation of what I think is going to happen that day with the parameters to look for. And what I'd said is I've got a technique that I developed a long time ago and didn't really work for about a year or so. It's hardly happened, and it's where the trend gauge goes very low, and when it does that, it says that the very next day, no matter how high the futures are overnight, the Dow should go down negative before it goes positive. So I said yesterday we got that, and we should anticipate today the Dow should go negative before it attempts a rally. Well, we were down pretty sharply, and now we're 500 points off that low. We're at an all-time high.
It was a heck of an acceleration right out of the gate this morning,
and
man.
This
it was.
is that rotation.
Yeah.
Now, for instance, yesterday we had two Dow stocks, Microsoft and Salesforce, suddenly spiraling when the Dow was fairly weak, and this rotation between the different subjects of your components makes a big difference in holding the market. It's like when the market goes down very sharply and then the administration comes out with some comment and the market spirals higher. The more it can do that, the greater the chances are that you've raised the base of support. I just wanted to get that out the way. The next thing is, on the negative side, I also mentioned to you a couple of weeks ago that we were long Bitcoin, and it did pretty much what we wanted, and then it just did not have the strength to accelerate above this 200-period moving average, so we got out, and I said, this is very negative action because the 9-period moving average, this pink line, was under the black line, the 14-period moving average, and it deflected lower. Look where we are today. We were up at the 83,700s. We had 67,255. And that's this rectangle formation. So it says you got to be careful. If the market is ignoring any particular sector at this particular point, it's going to stay that way for a little longer. So I just wanted to get that out the way. Then the next thing is, we're talking about the SMHs. I want to do this very quickly. Look at this. So you know how I look at round numbers. So the semiconductor today had a high of 631.00. So these round numbers are starting to appear very often. Micron had a round number open today of 1050. It hit 1072. It's now 1060. I can go through a whole bunch of these advanced micro devices. So I'm just saying, I'm looking at this, and I'm saying, until there is something that really aggravates the market, something I call it dark news, bad news envelops the market so that almost every hour of the day the news is talking about something that is really negative, you don't get big sell-offs. So that says, this is still okay. Then within the sectors, we've still got... we've taken some gains off. We've still got a core position in Alcoa. Look at this. It just spiraled above this cup formation. I did this left side, right side price time match to 75.70, and it just went right through it. It's at 84. The next stop, the next stop is somewhere in the 87 area, and then 98.08 is the March of 2022 high. I've got the chance that we might get there by July. Using the same technique, we went along yesterday. This is Taseko Mines. You remember I spoke to you and I said copper has been holding well. Let me just go through the copper chart. But it did pull back, but it was starting to rally some. And then I have the same rectangle formation. I took it away. But a rectangle formation that says we should be trying to get back to the high of 6.71. That was the high of May the 13th. And that would be just above the peak that was made early in 2026, the all-time high, and we should be testing it. So we were working our way higher. So we got Taseko Mines at $7.34, and here it is at $8.31, almost $1 higher. That is nice. But what's interesting about it, there's the pattern I was looking at. You see, yes, the weekly pattern, and it has a chance that it could go to 891 is the next resistance, but 925 was the February of 2026. That was the all-time high for, at least the major high for Taseko, and I've got it going there somewhere towards the end of this month. So I like to do these.
And copper does, Basil, in my opinion, but copper looks really strong, man. It does. Even when I talk about in the gold report, some of the volume, even like May 8th, May 11th, and May 12th, when it was kind of running up to those highs, great volume on that acceleration up there, folks. So if you're looking, and then even yesterday was a big volume number as well, with almost 60,000 contracts. So it's pretty cool, man.
Think of copper as Dr. Copper because it was really an international sign of economic strength. So in a way that's still true, even though on the one hand we've got the financials not participating, And then on the other hand, you've got, other areas that are working well, and yields have come down quite a bit. I think that's very important. Another stock that we've had for quite some time is IREN. This is the energy. It's next general. It says general data centers, renewable energy, GPUs. It made a nice high just today. It went to 69.57. It's under the 76.87 high. I've got it in June, possibly testing that 76.87 high.
Nice.
So there are places that are working, and there are some places that are just kind of stalling. They take their time, and then they have that sudden move to the upside. And our GE that we've still got from 198 just hit 320. So it's still acting very well. I'd like to add to it on a big dip. Yeah.
Basil, congrats on some great calls. Appreciate you breaking it all down. And folks, if you want to gain access to Basil's updates as he breaks down all this for subscribers, check out the opening call right under the newsletter tab. You get a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can't go wrong. Basil, thanks so much, man. Look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thank you, Tommy. You too.
Have a great night. Folks, we're coming right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tom O'Brien Show is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. ALPS Distributors, Inc.
welcome back, folks. And we got the S&Ps up by 9, NASDAQ 100 up by 105. And yeah, the other thing on copper. So volume number one, okay, on the daily. Okay, now you are potentially coming to a 1-to-1 A to B, C to D. Look how nicely we completed that. And that's just on the daily, going from where we were March 23rd to that acceleration. But look at that nice volume. You got that nice acceleration. A couple of those copper stocks. Yeah, I like that one. EKS. Look at Freeport today, up 7.4% today, man. All right. Southern Copper up 3.5%. One of the others rocking is Cameco. Uranium up 7.5%. All right, folks, right now, as we do each and every 30 past at 3:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we talk to our man Tim Ord. You can reach Tim at his website, ord-oracle.com. You see him right there. And don't forget, right at TFNN.com, under the Services tab, Tim's got 2 great webinars, The Secret Science of Market Tops and How to Identify Them, as well as 6 secret ratios every trader should know, the VIX in many of those ratios, and we talk about some of them right here with Tim. Tim Ord, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Kind of just, it's not really doldrums. I mean, everybody's making money here, but
the VIX is saying doldrums at 1585, right? And so some of those ratios, man, no fear. I agree. As in, hey, this is just doldrums, as in 1585 on the VIX. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, we're just, I don't see anything problem here. We covered this chart last Thursday, and very little change. Anyhow, the SPX VIX ratio is the bottom. In other words, when this indicator is above the mid-Bollinger Band, you got an uptrend. It bought right there, and then we're still going up. And S&Ps, don't see a problem. Matter of fact, it actually can fall below the mid-Bollinger Band like it did back in here. The market went sideways for, a month or so before it went down, but there's no sign of a top by this indicator. And we talked about this indicator also. This is it's kind of a straightforward indicator. It's just the RSI 14, which is a normal RSI, then it's RSI 5. The RSI needs to get up around 80. It got 78.69, about a point and a half short, and the RSI 5 needs to get above 90. It did 88.41, about a 1.5 point short. But technical analysis is not exact science. In my opinion, we're close enough. My point is, when these RSI reach those levels, RSI 5 and RSI 14, a lot of times you're at a halfway point of the next move up. And that's the reason why I put these boxes there. There's previous times. This chart goes back to 2016, but you get both those RSI readings there. It's never been a top. Sometimes you get a consolidation like there, but a lot of times the mark's a halfway point of the next move up. And if that's the case, we got another approximately 100 points to go. That'd be 853 area for the next high. And will that be reached? I don't know, but here's another indicator. We covered this last time. The VIX, when I did this a couple hours ago, it was 15.92. Anything below 17 has been in a trending market, and all these blue areas are times when the VIX is below 17. Again, we're below 16. So it works pretty well. If you get a trending market, you got to look at the trending indicators, and this is a trending indicator. And so we're still staying below 17. A lot of times the VIX goes up before the market makes a top, or the SPX VIX ratio goes down, in this case, before we make a top. And so, I don't, how high can we go? I don't know. And the bull bear ratio, I should have showed that. There's still more bears than bulls right now, even after this rally. When that starts to flip, is the time you got to start worrying. When everybody agrees this rally can go higher, is the time that you probably get near a high. And right now, there's a lot of skepticism about this rally continuing. And right now, at least I don't see a problem. So I still think July 15th, a lot of times that July 4th time frame, July 4th to mid-July is kind of a critical area. And I think we're going to be headed in that area going up. There could be a minor consolidation before then. But usually, here's another interesting statistic. A lot of times the market will go down 5% before the big decline comes. Doesn't happen all the time, but I don't think the market's really set up for a big decline this year, other than a minor pullback. And I think even the pullback that will come probably sometime between July and September will be more of the 5% mode than rather a 10% mode. So we'll see how that works out. But S&Ps look good. Momentum-wise, everything seems okay. It starts to go down, then by midday it starts to go back up again. So
it sure does, man. And I love how, many of the ratios that you use, they do have the VIX in there, and just like you're talking about, usually we'll lead it. And, I'll be saying on my show, Tim, if the VIX is trading where it is right now, folks, this market is not going down. 1585, it's not even close. And yeah, it can change in a heartbeat, as we know. But, boy, every day we're making lower lows, and 1585, there's no fear and nothing getting in the way. I would agree in this market. Yeah. Hey, let me ask you, and I know that, you stick to the charts, you stick to the ratios. The conversation just about crude, does crude give you any pause at $94? I mean, just, hey, these chip stocks, but I just want to ask, because it's just remarkable strength that this market is shaking off crude that can't get below $90, and the market still doesn't even care.
Actually, I think I'm kind of on a sell signal on crude right now. I did get a buy signal. Actually, I showed that chart back, I think, in November of last year, and I played it until March. And I've been out of the crude market for a while there, but we had interest on that. I still think we're going to, I don't have those numbers right in front of me, but I think it's 3 drives to a top pattern on a crude, and I forgot where that pattern bottoms at, so I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't
think it's curious, as in it's pretty remarkable. It almost speaks to the strength of the equity market, that even a crude market right now, that even if you get a pullback, man, it's $90, $93. And this market does not care, the equity market. We have a VIX under 16, and crude is pushing almost 100 right now. And so it's almost like, man, don't get, I'm talking myself right now, but I try not to get caught up in crude, because this market, just like you say, it's just moving, man.
Yeah, you're in a momentum market, and you just want to stay with momentum. And so I kind of switched over, because the 5-day the arms index is not giving a lot of information. If anything, at least bearish. If you look at the put call ratio readings, they actually read bearish, but that's on a short-term basis. The VIX is showing no fear here, even though the put call ratio readings are on the bearish side. But it is what it is. But S&Ps for right now is still up, so we'll see. I'll cover the crude on Thursday. We'll take a look at it.
Perfect. So we'll save that one for Thursday, folks. And when we come back, we'll talk some metals, we'll talk some equities, some mining equities with Tim Ward. We'll come right back, folks.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. ALPS Distributors, Inc.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. S&P's up by 7 points right now, just off of the all-time highs made yesterday. We're trading right now at 76.21. We're talking with our man Tim Ward, folks, and we're going to get into some metals with GDX. All right, go for it, Tim.
Yeah, this is a top Windows GDX. These are what I'm looking. We're obviously in a trading range. This chart goes back to 2012, and what I'm trying to do here, the bottom window, the up-down volume percent for GDX is actually carries more weight, is actually more accurate in picking highs and lows than the advanced decline for GDX. So I kind of focus on the up-down volume, what's going on. And, I got a 79-day average of the up-down volume. I got a 50-day average. Then this is the one right here is a 62-day average. So I got three different averages. So I'm trying to find, to really get a sign of strength, you need a selling climax. And that's what I'm looking for. The market before the market actually goes up. If it turns around and just starts going up without a selling climax, that rally is not going to last. You have to have a selling climax, and right after it, you have to have a buying surge or a sign of strength. If you don't get a selling climax, the market's just going to be dull and it'll try to rally, it'll fall back down. And so what I'm looking for here is a selling climax. And so to get a selling climax on the 62-day average, it needs to get it down. Let me change this indicator here. It's just too dark.
And it would make sense. What I love about so much of the technicals and even the ratios is when I put it to like a fundamental, it would make sense that you need that selling climax. You get all the sellers out of the market, right? And then it can drift higher without running into those sellers that are left in the market. You get them out of the market, and then it can actually catch a bid without those sellers being there.
Yep, that's what you need. And actually, you need a selling climax, and also you need a sign of strength.
Yes.
If you don't get a sign of strength, you could have another selling climax.
Sure.
And but anyhow, that's what I'm looking for in a nutshell. And so I got these red lines on this. This is a 62-day average of the up-down volume. It needs to get down below 15. And we're not quite there yet. On the 50-day average, you need to get down to minus 20. And on the 79-day average of the up-down volume, needs to get down to about minus 10. And so they're all kind of short. But all the blue lines here I got, when those three moving averages got down into a selling climax. So I don't think you'll get that rally until at least one of those three indicators, not all three of those indicators, get down into a selling climax mode where the up-down volume reaches an exhaustion move to the downside. Not quite there yet. So when will that happen? Well, you wait until it does happen. As far as the bigger trend goes, this is the weekly GDX, and I got momentum indicators here. This is the advanced decline with a cumulative advanced decline. So it's going to show a different picture of a 50-day average, for instance. So it's kind of a trend following indicator. And this is the up-down volume indicator here on a weekly time frame. And it's just a Bollinger Band thing. So if you're above the mid-Bollinger Band, you got an uptrend. And this indicator back in March of 2024 gave a bicycle. Both of them gave a bicycle at the same time, the advanced decline and up-down volume on the weekly time frame. And as long as those two indicators hold above this mid-Bollinger Band, which is where those blue arrows are, the uptrend's intact. We do got a consolidation going on here, but we're a long way from a sell signal.
Yeah.
So I think we're pretty much just going to go sideways here in both those indicators until we get a selling climax. So, okay, this is a monthly. This is the reason why I'm staying long GDX. The weekly and monthly of those two indicators are on a bicycle and needs to get below that mid-Bollinger Band right there. And so the weekly, monthlies are on a bicycle. And what I'm kind of watching for is obviously this indicator getting down into a selling climax. Okay, that sets up the trade. And right after that, you should have a buying climax. But another indicator I'm watching real closely is the monthly XAU gold ratio. In uptrends, this ratio rises, and downtrends, this ratio falls. And we've been going sideways here since 13 years. We bounce between 0.5, to 0.8 approximately.
Yeah,
and now we're just holding above the breakout area. Are we breaking out? Well, we haven't really gone down. We're what's the number on this? We're it's probably 0.82. Can't quite read it, but anyhow, it's 0.82. Maybe that's 0.92. But anyhow, we're right above the previous, or right at the previous highs of 2020 and 2000. Looks like 2015, 2016, and so we're maybe just starting to break out. Because are we going to go sideways for another 13 years? No. So when do we break out? Well, 13 years is a long time. Previous times we've gone sideways. Here's a 4-year, here's an 8-year sideways pattern. Here's a 9 years kind of a sideways pattern. This is a 2-year pattern. And this is 13. This is unusually long for this indicator to stay this narrow. So I think we're in the process of breaking out to the upside. But this is a monthly chart. This chart goes back to 1982, so it's a long time frame, and so I'm not afraid of the gold market here. That's the reason why I'm just staying long. I got I'm actually even looking at a couple issues to add here, especially when this indicator here gets into the climatic mode, or below minus 10 on this one, minus 15 on this one, and minus whatever. Yeah, anyhow, I'm looking for a selling climax. I think over the next several weeks. I don't think it's going to be several months. I think the bottom starts to form either in July at the earliest, to September at the latest. I think that's where the bottom comes in, because these indicators are already set up to keep going to the downside. What we need is some bad news about something, about inflation, solving. I don't know where the news, because market, especially the gold market bottoms on bad news for that market, and so that's what I'm kind of waiting for. Is set up to do that. But these charts, these signals don't come very often. If you notice, you look all the signals here, they're about a year apart. The last time we had a signal was 2025. And so, we're due for another signal here fairly soon, but, they can last a year. But most of the signals come maybe one or two, one a year at most. I haven't seen one two a year, but so we're set up for a signal, because the last time we got looked like January 25. So we're in a year and a half, so we're probably going to get a signal here in the next 3-4 months. And I think the next signal is a major signal. And the reason why is because of this chart. If we break out above this 0.8 chart, the next resistance is up here, 0.16, which is a 100% move of that. For that to move without gold moving, XAU would have to double. So the next big trade is a great big equity run in the gold market. Hope
and that would be
makes
doubling
sense.
with gold staying where it is, right?
Yeah, that's gold. Yeah, if gold goes up with it, you're looking a lot bigger number.
Yeah.
So that's
Tim,
what I'm looking for. So I'm hoping that makes it everything clear. I'm hoping.
That was a great breakdown, man. We appreciate it. Folks, check out Tim at his website, ord-oracle.com, and those 2 great webinars at TFNN. And we'll talk to you on Thursday as well, Tim. And we look forward to it, man. Okay. Have a great couple of days. We'll talk to you Thursday. We'll come right back, folks.
It oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. S&P's right now up 10 points. And yeah, within 10 points of all-time highs. NASDAQ 100. Yeah, we're within about 15 points, making a run for those highs. 30,697 right now. The Dow just keeps pushing higher, up by almost 300 points, up 0.6%. The Russell up by 0.9%. We keep our eye on crude, 93.69. As we were talking about with Tim, man, that VIX, 1581. No volatility premium in this market whatsoever. And as long as that's the case, folks, okay, and yes, things can change quickly, but as long as that's the case, keep your eye on the VIX, because the VIX is usually a leading indicator, and if there's any fear coming into this market, headlight-driven, you would see a spike in that VIX, and it's not happening. Not even close. And what else they have going on? Few gamblers out there. Trading can be gambling too, folks. The World Series of Poker is going on in beautiful Las Vegas. So they got 7 events going today. Now, the main event happens, I think, sometime around July 4th, the big main event that's $10,000, but they got some good ones, man. Okay, what do they got going on? They got the $10,000 GG Millions. They just had a $25,000 heads up. $10,000 No Limit Deuce to 7 Low Ball Draw Championship, a specialization. Let's see who's leading in the 10-10. Let's see, we got 451 players. This is a day 2, though. I think that's total. There are your chip counts. Anybody recognize? Not sure. Yeah, this is a day 2. They don't even have the prize pools here, but the World Series is going on in Vegas, man. You want to go try your luck at some cards, folks? Beautiful Las Vegas. And that main event takes place right around July 4th. That one's usually got about 7,000 people, $70 million prize pool, $10 million up top. How's that for some action? Speaking of action, all right, Marvel. Look at this. You're going to finish at the tick high. Up 32% today from Marvel. QCOM up 5.3%. Cisco up 5.4%. Yeah, uranium up 7.2%. Folks, thanks so much for tuning in, spending your time here with me on the Tom O'Brien Show. Couldn't appreciate it more, folks. Couldn't do what I do every day without you out there. Have a great night. Have a safe night. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Have a great one.
Building